Alright, so this song, couldn't find any tabs online, so this is what I've worked out. It's in drop D. You start out with an open D. This riff starts out, so you're going open D, and then starting from the 3rd fret on the A string, you walk up 3, 4, 5. Then you go to the 3rd fret on the D string, and you kind of bend it, and then back to the 5th fret. So. And then the little riff here that goes, there's a couple ways you can play that. I think it's a little bit easier to play with open strings, but it might sound a little sloppier when they're open. But the way you play that is you're going to slide up to the 5th fret on the 3rd string here, and then the 2nd fret, and then open, and then you're going to jump down a string to the 3rd fret, and then this is the D string now, and you play it open. So. Another way you might be more comfortable playing that is starting in the same place, the 5th fret, but then kind of walking down a pentatonic scale like this, to the 7th fret on the lower string, to the 5th, to the 8th fret on the next string, down to the 5th again. So. That's two ways you can play that, but so altogether it sounds. Or the other way. And then you go into the verse, which starts out with no guitar at all. And then when the guitars come in on sort of the second half, like hair down to his knees, you're starting up at the 7th fret barred. So probably just a power chord, 3 strings. Then down to the 5th. And then it's back to the opening riff. You get into the next verse. Same thing on the second half of that. And then when you get to the chorus, the come together part, you're all the way up at the 9th fret barred, down to the 7th, to the 5th. That's the chorus. All right, so the instrumental section starts out, goes like this. I'll play it slowly. Something like that. So what I'm playing is the same lick you learned earlier, this, twice. And then you're gonna, on the D string, slide up to the 5th fret, to the 3rd, open, to the 5th fret on the A string, or I'm sorry, the 3rd, so. The next phrase goes on the A string, 5, 3, open, and then slide up to the 7th. So it's, those two together are, and then the last one on the A string, start at 3 to open, 3 on that low D string, and then the open low D string. So those, I'll just play it again slow here so you can see it. Second time through starts out the same, and then it goes, this phrase is the same, and then it kind of walks up. So if you're starting on the 5th fret of the A string, go 5 to 8 to the 10th, and then kind of bend it. So, and then it goes up a string to the D string, bend the 10, and then just straight 10. So I'm bending the 10th, down to 10, pull off to 7, and then down to 10 on the A string. So that's where that ends, at least how I'm playing it. So I'll play that second time through again here. All right, and then it gets into the solo part, or the sort of screaming guitar part, which is a combination of open Ds followed by these bends up here. So it goes. I'll play it once through. Basically, you're gonna bend. You're on the B string the whole time on your bends. If you want to, you can add the on the high E string, bend it up where you're bending up to, which will be 3 frets below wherever your bend starts. But the ones you're gonna bend from are at 13, 15, 16, and 18. So the way those are the kind of the only ones you'll bend, but how it goes is, and then so this is one where it sounds better, I think, to kind of play both. Just kind of does that, and the last one he kind of bends a little higher. That's how that section goes. So just kind of have to just listen to it and know which ones to play. Then it goes back into a verse. You get into those parts again. You go through the chorus. You go into the main lick a couple times, and then the last time through, when he repeats the come together part 3 times, I think he's just got there's no guitar playing this part. So I'm hearing it's all just they're riffing on the pentatonic scale. If you were starting holding on like the 7th fret. I know my guitar doesn't have dots on the front, but so if you're bending up, so I'm hearing like come together right now, come together. So that's kind of the underlying guitar. I haven't worked out the parts for the lead guitar in there that's riffing on it, but what I'm doing there, you just do that 3 times, is on the B string, 10, bending up, and then up and then back down to 10, and then 7, and then the 7th fret on the 3rd string. And you can either hit the 9th or hammer onto it, or just or bend up to it. He does that 3 times, and then the song ends. So the other guitarist kind of does like a, but it's all just playing with the pentatonic in there. You do whatever you want. And that is all the parts of the song for the main guitar.